What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? In today's video, I'm going to be going over the 3 main reasons why our realtors were failing in 2023 and 2024 and how we spent the entire year fixing these problems. So there's going to be 3 main things that I'm going to go over that'll absolutely change your service delivery if you're facing the same problem right now. So a little background on what I mean by failing and for these clients and these agents in 2023 and 2024 is we were still seeing great success. We were having people re-signing, but our service was good and we were trying to take it to actually being great. And what are some things that we needed to do to actually level it up that much more? So it wasn't like 100% of the people we were with were failing. It was just we were trying to actually level it up, and we knew it was going to be a bottleneck. So we're like, fuck it. For an entire year, we're just going to focus on taking this from good to great. So reason number 1 is we were hyper focused on the actual top of funnel ads. Like, we thought everything and all the problems we were having had something to do with the ads. The lead quality was bad. Okay, it must be the ads. It must be the ad copy. Like, that's all we did for half a year was just, focus on changing creatives or new ad copies. And that's all we were ever doing. We were focused on the front end so much, but didn't realize that the middle and the bottom of the funnel was shit. The entire funnel was shit. We weren't doing anything. The lead calling wasn't that good. The emails, SMSs weren't good. We were so hyper focused on the top of the funnel and the ads that were running. We didn't realize everything else was just dog shit, essentially. It was not good. So if you're doing that and you have bad lead quality, or you're not getting results, or you're not getting appointments, instead of focusing on just the ads so much and, oh my God, we need to change the creatives, we need to change the ad copy, we need to change the offer, you might actually want to focus on the back end. And what are you doing in the back end to actually trying to convert these people and have conversations and get the appointments? Because that's what we were doing, and we realized we're focusing on all the wrong things right now. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is expectation setting was good, but it wasn't great with these individuals. Especially in this marketing, in this market, the social media world, online marketing, and the real estate niche, there is a lot of people reaching out to these agents, a lot of cold calls, emails, DMs that they get. And these agents are jumping on some of these sales calls. And the reason they're jumping on them is because they have some crazy, unrealistic, sexy offer where they guarantee this agent 3 listings in the next 90 days, or they don't pay, and you only got to spend $300 in ad spend. So cold acquisition and marketing in the real estate space, and I think in most niches in general, is very, very, very skewed. So I reset these clients' expectations and I tell them exactly how this stuff works. And the reason why I say they can tell them how it works and be real with them is because what we do actually works. So I'm going to tell you how marketing actually does work. And the thing is these realtors are just expecting to spend $300 and make 15, 20,000 and get a 15x, 20x ROAS, when that should be like a bonus. That's like crazy. If you're getting that means it's unreal. The biggest companies in the world, massive teams, brokerages are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month, and they're trying to get a 4 to 5x ROAS, and that's considered, very good, especially for cold acquisition, especially in this space. So what I tell these people is that if you're going to make 20,000 from a listing, divide that by 5, and your ad spend should be $2,500 a month. No one's spending $2,500 a month on ad spend. So I tell them exactly. So we're trying to achieve that goal and get a higher ROAS with you spending a lower ad spend. So if we do achieve it, it should be more of a bonus. If you don't want to spend that amount, then we're trying to do something that's already a little bit harder than most. Now, can we do it? Absolutely. Do we have crazy case studies of people achieving a 50x ROAS, 25, 20, 18? Yes, we can. But it's a bonus is what we're getting at. So I had to make sure I was setting expectations that much better in these calls, because it's only going to benefit you later on, and people are going to respect you more for it as well, because I am genuinely being real. I'm telling them how it is. I'm saying, put trust in our team. What is it we do? Instead of working with someone that has some dumb offer that is super unrealistic, and you might save a couple $100 or $1,000, and you're just wasting a bunch of time on something that's useless and irrelevant. All you're doing when you go with people like that is just you're trying to gamble, maybe strike gold, and they might get you a good lead. So that's part of reason number 2. Another add-on to reason number 2 was our initial launch with the client wasn't the best. And that's the most important part, is the start, when you start working with the client right off the hop, because that's when they're the most scared and skeptical. They still don't really know if they got scammed or not. They still don't really know if the stuff's going to work. So the launch is the most important. We want to be as communicative as we can in the beginning. We want to make sure the launch goes very smooth. Everything's perfect. There's no revisions, and we want to get them some quick wins, get some leads in, some good conversations. So we were lacking at the start, like a really, really good structure to follow. Now it's very, very dialed in. I tell clients our onboarding process is around 2 to 3 weeks. And for the most part, it probably takes us like a week. And then we send them a link to book on the launch day call. On the launch day call, we go over the entire user experience with them. We explain it to them in person, or sorry, not in person, but over Zoom. We make sure there's no revisions from them. We want to make sure they approve of everything. So they know the entire process, what's going on. They understand it very well. If they understand everything that we're doing, we explain it to them, well, they don't have any time to create this own story or narrative in their head of what we're doing and what we're not doing. They just know everything. So we dialed that in a lot, and it helps people put trust in us, and they get these quick wins and they see everything's developed. So that was, reason number 2, and now what we're doing. Reason number 3 is actually holding the agents and the clients accountable for certain things that they just should be doing. Some of these people think deals are just going to fall into their lap. They just run cold acquisition ads, these cold ads, and we're just going to call people, get an appointment, and the deal is just going to magically fall into their lap. They actually still have to do some work. You still have to follow up with these people. You still put them on a custom search. You call them once a week. You still need to be a good realtor and do your job essentially. Like, we can't, be doing everything and be the CEO and be the boss. At the end of the day, people still want to talk to the agent themselves. You need to follow up. You need to do that. Take that extra step to actually see that much more success. And what I also mean by holding them accountable and just like not getting walked over. We were getting pitched on a lot of ideas, or like, hey, we should really do this. We should run an ad like this. You should change that automation. You should change this, do that. We were letting these clients tell us what to do just because we didn't want to have the hard conversation or be confrontational and say, no, we're not going to do that for these reasons because we've already done it. We know it doesn't work. We were in catch-up calls. We're just like, yeah, sure. No, we'll do that. Yeah, sure. We'll do this for you. Yeah, sure. We'll do that. We'll change this. Meanwhile, we know it's dumb. It's not going to work. Why would we do it? We already know it's not going to work. So we had to be like, hold our ground and say, no, we're the experts. This isn't going to work for these reasons. We're still very professional about it. And we explain to them why it's not going to work because we've already done it before. We have the data. So not getting walked over and being pitched these ideas and just like doing them just because we don't want to have the hard conversation. A lot of what we've been doing now is just like, no, we're not doing that for these reasons. If you want to see success and results, this is, basically what we need to focus on. So keep in mind, when I say these realtors failing, once again, we still had a 100% success rate with people that stuck around for a year. But like I said, we were just trying to take it from being good to great, which is why we focused on service delivery legitimately throughout all of 2024. And just did so many different courses, so many different things we worked on. And I actually say, yeah, it's pretty good. And we're consistently just adding to it and always will be. If you got some value of this video, like, subscribe. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers in 2025. So I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.